Course Plus. Expressway to elegant career.
In the last video, I talked about how your stress can be harmful to your health. In this video, I want to talk about how your stress can harm your kids. Because, your kids pick up things off of you. They pick up things from your general mood, your general demeanor, and if you're stressed out all the time, it's going to have a really deeply adverse effect on them. Because you see, your kids see you as a role model. So if you don't handle stress well, first of all, they'll grow up thinking that it's normal behavior. It's normal behavior to be stressed out. It's normal behavior to be in a bad mood all the time. It's normal behavior to drink and smoke to try and suppress the stress. It's normal behavior to shout at them and generally vent your frustrations on them. And unfortunately, they'll replicate these behavior patterns when they grow up. So it'll pass down to another generation and another generation, and the whole thing just carries on and on and on. So you need to nip these problems in the bud. Because, of course, it can have an adverse effect on their development. It can affect them physically, and it can affect them emotionally and psychologically. And of course, kids are going to suffer the same stress-related health problems as you do, as we talked about in the last video. They're going to have problems with high blood pressure, they're going to have problems with indigestion and that sort of thing. So they are as equally vulnerable to the effects of stress as adults are. And of course, they develop some problems all of their own. For a start, there's going to be speech and language problems. If you're always stressed out and shouting at them to shut up all the time, then they're not going to be able to develop the sort of speech and language that they're going to need to communicate in the modern world. And when they have difficulty expressing themselves, that's going to be stressful in its own way. Then there are problems with bedwetting, which is particularly prevalent amongst younger children. And they may well get into trouble at school because if they don't know any different and they think that being irritable and cranky and shouty and that sort of thing is normal behavior, the first time that they find out that it's not normal behavior is when they get into trouble for doing it at school. So that is another problem. So your stress can affect more people than just you, especially if you have a family. So that's something that you need to take into account and deal with your stress before it starts passing on the trouble to the next generation.